So, in the last video, we have seen various persons who has to take registration as per the GST law. There is also a provision for voluntary registration, means if a person, even though he is not liable to take registration, can voluntarily take registration so that he can get the status of a legal person as well as enjoy the advantages of registration as per the GST law. So let us take an example. If a person is liable to get registered on July 1st, the time allotted is 30 days from the date of liability. So that person should take registration before July 30th. And in case of casual taxable persons or non-residents, they should apply for registration before 5 days of starting business. So advance registration is required for casual taxable persons as well as non-residents, and they need to pay a deposit amount with the government for doing business. Some important points regarding the registration as per the GST law. The first point is there will be a single registration for the state or union territory in which he do business. He don't want to take separate registration within the state. If that person has multiple verticals, then separate registration can be taken for each vertical. For example, he has a textile manufacturing unit and supermarket. Both are doing different businesses. They are called different verticals. The person can apply for separate registration for each vertical. And if a person is supplying from the territorial waters of India, the rule is he need to take registration in the coastal state or union territory where the nearest point of appropriate baseline is located. So if the person is supplying from the territorial waters of India, he need to check to which is the nearest point of baseline of which state or union territory. So these are some points regarding registration. Another important point you need to remember is that if a person has already registered in a state but he has branches in other states or union territories, there should be separate registration in each state or union territories. There is no centralized registration in the GST law. The person should take separate registration in each state or in each union territory where he is doing business. And next important point is regarding special economic zone. If a person is having a special economic zone unit or developing a special economic zone, then it will be different from the existing verticals. That person should take separate registration as per the GST law. Let us learn how to apply for registration. For registering as per the GST law, we need to provide the following details: permanent account number, mobile number, email address, state or union territory where he intends to register. Before applying for registration, he need to declare these details. The application should be made in the GST common portal and it will be made in Part A of GST REG 014. Please note, Part A of GST REG 014. The form can be directly uploaded to the common portal or it can be done with the help of a facilitation center. On uploading those details, the details submitted by the applicant will be verified by the GST common portal. The PAN will be checked, verified with the income tax portal, that is database of Central Board of Direct Taxes. Then mobile number will be verified with a one-time password sending to the mobile number that is registered. Then email also will be verified with a one-time password. One-time password will be sent to the email ID of that person. And on successful verification, regarding PAN, mobile number and email ID. A temporary reference number will be generated and it will be provided to the taxable person. After getting the temporary reference number, then the applicant should fill Part B of the GST REG 01 form. He should submit necessary documents also. After filing this Part B of the REG 01 form by the applicant, an acknowledgement will be delivered by the GST common portal to the applicant. That will be in the form of GST REG 02. Then the proper officer will verify the application submitted, that is Part B of GST REG 01 form, with the necessary documents that is already uploaded by the applicant. On finding that all documents are correct and on successful verification, the officer will grant the registration to the applicant. It should be done within a period of 3 days. If there is any deficiency regarding the application or the documents submitted, or it is incomplete, the proper officer should inform the applicant that it is deficient or incomplete, and the proper officer should do so by issuing GST REG 03 form. That should be done within 3 common working days. On receiving the REG 03 form from the proper officer, the applicant has to correct if there is any mistakes or produce any additional document wherever it is necessary to make it in order for taking registration. That should be done by submitting REG 04 form, and that is to be submitted within a period of 7 common working days. 7 common working days. On submission of such documents and application or such information which is asked by the proper officer, the officer can verify whether the proper information is received, necessary documents are submitted by the applicant, so that he can issue the registration certificate. If no information is submitted by the applicant or the documents submitted by the applicant is insufficient, then the proper officer can reject the application for registration. Such rejection should be done by issuing form GST REG 06 within 7 common working days. It is to be noted that there is a specified period for all steps that should be taken by the applicant or the proper officer. If there is any failure of taking any steps by the proper officer within the specified period, the registration will be automatically approved. The prescribed period is the submission of application plus 3 working days. If there is no reply from the proper officer after 3 working days, then the registration will be automatically granted. Like that, if any further documents or information were asked by the proper officer, then it was submitted, but within these 7 days, there was no communication from the officer, then again the registration will be granted automatically by the common portal. Let us learn about the issue of registration certificate. The registration certificate will be issued in form GST REG 06. It will be issued on approval of the application. In the registration certificate, the principal place of business will be shown. If the applicant has filed any information about the additional place of business, it will be shown in the GST common portal. The certificate will be available in the GST common portal with the digital signature of the concerned officer or commissioner. There will be a GST identification number, GSTIN, Goods and Service Tax Identification Number, in each registration certificate. It will be comprising of 15 characters. The first 2 characters will show state code. The next 10 characters will show the PAN or tax deduction or tax collection account number. Then 2 characters will show entity code, and last 15th character will be showing the checksum digit. So the GST identification number, GSTIN, will comprise of 15 characters and it will be displayed in the registration certificate issued. Next, let us look upon effective date of registration. The effective date will be that date which will be used as registration date. So there will be various scenarios. If the person has applied within 30 days of he becomes liable to register, then the effective date will be the date on which he became liable to register. If the applicant has applied for registration after 30 days of he becomes liable to get registered, then effective date of registration will be the date on which the registration certificate was issued or on the date on which the registration was granted. In the case of voluntary registration, then also the effective date of registration will be that date on which the certificate of registration was issued or the registration was granted by the officer. After getting the registration certificate, it should be publicly made visible. The certificate of registration should be displayed in the principal place of business. It should be also displayed in each additional place of business that is already informed when the application was made. The goods and service tax identification number should be displayed on each name board that is put on either the principal place of business or on additional place of businesses. So the GST identification number should be displayed in name boards. So in this video we have seen how to apply for registration, what is the response time either from the applicant side or the officer side, and if there is no response from the proper officer, then there is a provision for automatic registration, then GST identification number, display of GST registration certificate as well as GST identification number in the name boards. Hope the points are clear to you. Thank you.